this video, we're going to be reviewing the Walmart exclusive WWE Elite Awesome Truth, R-Truth, Miz, and Triple H 3-pack. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw the set, I was like, what the blue hell am I looking at? Because this is one of the most random sets I think I've ever seen when I first saw this. I remember it being revealed maybe 3 to 5 months ago, something like that. It could have been a little longer, man. The timeline, you could let me know if you relate to this. The timeline in wrestling action figure collecting or action figure collecting, time flies by, man. I don't know what it is. But I know, like, the older you get, the faster time goes. It's just the way it is. But it seems like things just come out so fast at a clip that, you know, it's hard to retain sometimes. But I do my best. Anyways, today we're looking at R-Truth, The Miz, Triple H in this 3-pack. And I think the main seller of this is the brand new World Tag Team Championships. They were unveiled together, you know, presented them with the championships, and now we have this pack to commemorate that incredibly memorable moment. But in this pack, regardless if you think this deserves a figure set, I think that all 3 figures could be good, besides that guy over there. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You don't point at me, brother. I'm pointing at you. But I'm excited for this set in some ways, and we'll unpack all of it, man. But here we are with the brick pattern, which I like. I like the red and the black. You got their names kind of graffitied in there. Elite Collection, Awesome Truth logo. Just a crazy-ass set, man. Like, who wanted this? But on the top, you do get the Elite Collection logo there, and you continue that brick pattern, but then when you flip it around, you do get a shot of that memorable moment. You get the Raw tag titles, old version versus new version, Adam Pearce, Triple H, and then you have the little bio read in the middle there. I'm not gonna lie, that logo right there is sick as hell. What a sick ass logo. I like that. But you can see here, if you zoom in, you can read that bio read if you'd like. Completely random. Completely random. You don't recollect these people together at all. But here we are, man. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even that excited about the World Tag Titles because I got my man Dan Turnquist hooked up over here. My most excited piece of this is going to be this Triple H. I'm hella excited for that Triple H for things we've talked about. So with that being said, man, we're going to unbox this set, find out what he's all about, and see what you get with this. I paid the $70, so you don't have to. So stick around, find out what this Awesome Truth set's all about, and see if this set is the Awesome Truth. So here's the 3-pack out of the packaging, man, and my God almighty, I am pretty damn disappointed in the set already, and I'm going to get into that as we unpack it. But I think there's good aspects of it, but I'm heavily disappointed in one specific area, and God almighty, it's pretty upsetting. Not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty upset with it, but you'll have to wait to get there, man. But what we're gonna do is dive into the accessories of this first, and then we will get into each figure individually. Man, I consider myself disappointed. God, consider my flabbergasted, Brad. I think there's some good aspects of this set, though, and we're gonna unbox all of that and get into it, and at the end, you can tell me if this is worth your $70+ price point as we get in here. Man, the track record with these 3-packs at Walmart has not been great. If you consider that NWO one, I don't know. Yeah, just hold off judgment. Hold off judgment. And I'm just noticing the Miz had the Miz mic. It would have been cool if this was a Miz mic, or they at least included that with the Miz, but nonetheless. Let's get into the accessories, and then we'll dive into the figures themselves one by one. All right, getting into the accessories with this pack, you get a decent amount here, but I think the main selling point is the championships and this pretty sweet little table over here, which I do enjoy. Now, right here, man, we do have the Raw Tag Team Championships, as you can see, and it's pretty cool. You even have the gold down here. This is the first time we're seeing these, and you get a pair of them. You know, you don't have to buy 2 Elites. You actually have to buy 3 in this box set to get both, but they will come later on down the line. But they look really good. I think they did a good job here, and you get 2 of them, so it's pretty good. I think they look pretty, I mean, not bad. I think the size is pretty good. The colors look nice. The sculpts look good. You know, Mattel always uses that really shiny gold, but it still looks pretty good for the most part. Clean paint apps and things. World Tag Team Champions, standard side plates. Not a bad championship. I actually like this iteration of the tag titles, and they both have the belt clip painted on, so I think that's pretty good, and it's actually sculpted a little bit. There's a little lip right there, and it's painted, so I like that detail, and I know a lot of people are going to be excited to add this. I know there's belt collectors out there that really enjoy getting the belts for their collection, so I think you're going to enjoy these. They look really good aesthetically wise. And then I think the other main point of this pack is going to be this table, or one of the selling points, and it comes with this little tablecloth that you can slide over there, and when you remove it, you get the red top right here that has some, you know, sculpted wrinkles in it. Got these little studs on it. It doesn't break away. I can't pull it apart. It's, you know, I mean, it's, oh God, be careful with that. Like if you know, you can like lean it this way. This could easily snap. I don't know about easily, but you could definitely snap it, I guess, if you wanted to. But I like this. I like this a lot. You could use this in your GM's offices or your dioramas. put it on display in your shelf, whatever. I like this a lot. I like little accessories like this. And then you get the little tablecloth, the covering, which is interesting. I don't remember in the moment if they revealed them like this, like they had it like this, you know, with the tag team championships over them and revealed them. I imagine they did, but you can put this over the top of the table if you want to. And it can work as a little tablecloth deal if you want to do that. Similar to how we got the contract signing table with Ronda Rousey. Not quite like that, but it's similar, you know what I mean? But I like this accessory, and it kind of reminds me, it's not quite what the Piper's Pit is going to be in terms of accessories and playability, but it's still a nice little accessory to throw in here and kind of like a playset. It's not a playset, but you get what I'm saying. You get that display, you get that action with this table. And then we do get some cloth goods with this, and I love this brick pattern Awesome Truth shirt right here. It is non-Velcro, so it fits on the R-Truth shirt, or the R-Truth figure really, really nicely. And I like this a hell of a lot. Very quality, and I'm really digging the R-Truth figure, which we'll get into. And at the end of the video, we will rank these figures from my least favorite to my favorite, and, you know, break down the set that way. I like to rank the figures when we get sets like this, but I dig this shirt. It's very stretchy. It's got the white on the middle, or on the inside, so it's not going to stain. I love this cloth era that we're in for Mattel and WWE action figures. And something we've seen many times in the past is the Miz headband, so you get the black, white, and red headband. Now, I don't recall if this is this a WrestleMania 40 gear? I can't remember if this is. I know that this is kind of a week after that, but maybe it is. Maybe this is the WrestleMania 40 gear, in which that's another few figures we've gotten from that event, which is cool. But you get the black, red, and the white in there, and it fits the figure okay. Not bad right there for this headband for the Miz. And then we also get a modern WWE microphone. Now, it's not the Miz version, which would look like this, which I think would have been really cool to include. Just, you know, you get a standard WWE microphone with the red accents, and then give us the Miz version. But it's nice, it's modern, it looks good, it's a clean deco, and I like these new sculpts and things we're getting from Mattel. You know, not keeping it the same and reprinting it. Looks pretty good right here. And then for interchangeable hands you get in this set, you get a pair of mic holding hands for your R-Truth. You also get a pair of fists for your R-Truth. The Miz gets a pair of mic holding hands. The Triple H comes with a pair of mic holding hands. The Miz gets a pair of the pointer finger hands. And then Triple H also gets a pair of the pointer finger hands. So you're getting a lot of repetitiveness. Triple H and Miz come with the same hands, so it's nothing earth-shattering there, but you do get some decent pairs of interchangeable hands with this set. All right, man, we're getting into the Miz first, and man, I think as soon as this figure was revealed, everybody was harping on this head sculpt. This head sculpt is brutal. This is actually one of the worst head sculpts I think I've seen on a character in a long time. I don't think it looks anything like the Miz. I think his head shape is off, the hair shape is off, his face is off. I don't know, man. This is not a good look. It looks like a random guy, and then the eye shape is, I don't know, man. This is a brutal head sculpt. This is a brutal head sculpt. Definitely one of the contender for worst head sculpt of the year for sure. I mean, I can kind of see it. Temu Miz, or, you know, something like that, or whatever the case is. But going down, we have the Daniel Bryan torso. Everybody knows I love that. That's good there. Double jointed arms and everything. I like this gear, though. The black, red, and white is good. You have B-Miz and then B-Miz, and it's the same eyes and, you know, the WWE upside down logo. And you got Awesome Truth on the back. Pretty good gear. Pretty good. You know, it's a moment in time, but it's pretty good gear. I do like that. I think that's good. Then you go down, you have the Awesome Truth on the knee pads, and then he does have just black, red, and white on his kick pads here, and it does have that kind of edge or old CM Punk kick pad mold instead of the, you know, the Finn Balor or the Daniel Bryan style kick pad mold right there. But I don't know, man. Definitely not my favorite Miz figure, but you don't get a real lot of head articulation. You can look down a little bit there. It is a decent ab crunch because it's the Daniel Bryan torso. I just don't like the aesthetic of it, but shoulders go up, around, bicep cut, double jointed arm, you get the pins, swivel and hinge at the wrist, and then I think he is on ball joints. He is on ball joints, which is crazy in the modern era how we have a Miz on ball joints, but he can kick forward pretty good there. Upper thigh cut, he can also go out to the side, and since he is pin joints, he gets a pretty good double jointed smooth knee bend there. You get the rotation, you get the new ankles, so they're, you know, they rock and they go up and down there. But I mean, articulation wise, guy poses well, like the gear, head sculpt's dreadful. So maybe a case of fixing this guy up on surgery. And I don't remember what his haircut looked like at WrestleMania 40, but here he has kind of a skin fade with his normal typical haircut, but you can just kind of see the head shape's completely off. It's too thin or something, I don't know, but we'll do a head swap here as we get into comparisons. So for your Miz figure comparisons, man, here we have a bunch of Elite Mizes in trunks, and then we have the Ruthless Aggression down there on the right, and this isn't every Elite Miz. I am missing a few here. I just didn't get them out of the box. I just wanted some different comparisons here. So, yeah, I mean, I would say that this is the worst Miz head sculpt out of all of these, for sure. I definitely like the Greatest Hits one the best. The Elite 69 is also really good, which is the same head sculpt, obviously, but this is the Greatest Hits over here, and I do want to do a head swap, which I think is going to instantly upgrade this guy. I mean, this should instantly look a million times better. Look at that. My God, that looks pretty damn good right there, man. And then I guess if you want, we can put the headband on here just to, there you go. Now, he doesn't have the entrance gear, which I know he had some elaborate entrance gear. I was there. I don't know. I want to say it was like black and red, but I feel like we don't get a lot of those elaborate entrance gears anymore. It's been a minute. If I'm wrong, you can let me know. But yeah, that's an instant upgrade right there. I like this figure a lot when you put this head sculpt on there. That's incredible how much that can upgrade a figure. Just truly special. But that does it for your Miz figure comparison. Now we're getting into R-Truth, man, and he's truly the highlight of the set. I know that we talked about the Elite 115, definitely one of my favorite Elites this year. And I think this one is damn good as well. May even be better than the Elite 115, and I know you guys know how much I hyped up that figure, so if you guys enjoy that figure or you own that figure, I think you're going to be pretty impressed with this one. We get a brand new redone head sculpt, and this is, you know, that same thing I was talking about, how they take the same head sculpt and they just retool it with new hair here, and I think this looks great. You have the dreadlocks or the braids coming down, which I think look really, really good. You get the eyebrow piercing, the nose piercing, uncanny likeness, looks just like R-Truth. I hate the way they did Truth, man, like the way they let him go and then they brought him back and were like, yeah, here's something, but then it really wasn't anything. It's just kind of sad, but I dig this head sculpt a lot, man. This looks really, really good. I don't know if that's meant to be there. I think that's just some factory glue on the back, or is that a damn... Yeah, I think that's some factory glue. You hate to see that. I'd probably fix that, but I love the details, man. You get the, you know, the tattoos on there, which look really, really good. Love the addition of the Apollo Crews torso, the Bobby Roode torso. I love that. I think that that's such a great piece to put into the R-Truth formula, but I guess, I mean, this is just a repaint of the Elite 115. You're just getting a new head sculpt, technically, with the new, you know, the tooling, like retooled, but he has the red wrist tape over here, the black over there, and then he does have these sculpted shorts, which we've come to know from R-Truth, and then he also has the Awesome Truth logos on the shorts down here, and then it says Awesome Truth there, and nothing much on the back, but not the, you know, the craziest gear, but my favorite part is the socks they painted on, and then he does have that new John Cena shoe mold with the black, white, and red details, which is incredible. Greatness. I don't know what shoes he wore. I'm sure I could figure it out. I just don't remember off the top of the dome. If I watched the match at my house, I would have been able to know, but since I, you know, you're in the arena and I didn't have a front row view of the shoes, and I haven't really gone back and watched that matchup, you know what? I'm going to look it up right now and see if I can name them. If I had to guess, they kind of look like Jordan 39s, maybe, but I only saw one image of them, so I could be wrong. Nonetheless, I dig this R-Truth, man. Now, just like the Elite 115, you're getting some good stuff here. Now, he can look up pretty good, but he can't look down that much, unfortunately, but up, he can look pretty decent. I wish every figure could do that, but get a little bit of rocking as well, which is nice. Solid ab crunch from this specific torso. Arms go right above 90, full rotation. Get the bicep swivel, double jointed arms, hinge and swivel at the wrist. Of course, you do get the waist articulation. Kick forward just under 90. He can go out just below 90. Upper thigh cut. Beautiful, just sweet Jesus. Great double jointed knee here. Then we get the ankle rockers, and they do go up and down. Man, I wish this had shin cut, but because it's so damn buttery smooth, I'm not even that upset, man. I think the new Cena shoe mold is excellent. I think that this figure feels incredible in hand. I really do love the R-Truth that we're getting. I hope we get some more. This formula just feels immaculate in hand and looks really good, so I dig it a lot. But let's get into some R-Truth figure comparisons. So for your R-Truth figure comparisons, man, here we have a few different iterations of Truth. I actually think this is all of them if you exclude the original Elite 10 of this, which did get a re-release. So I think this is the Elite 2, the Elite 10 re-release greatest hits, the Elite 15, the R-Truth 3-pack, the new Elite 115, and then the Elite 78, I think it was, or 79. I want to say it was Elite 78. Nonetheless, all these are pretty damn good. R-Truth has a good track record. You know, they used the Ultimate Warrior torso in his first one, then they switched it to the Macho Man torso. He got the Apollo Crews torso, but they also used the Ultimate Warrior torso over here, which I didn't prefer. I love this one much more. I think it just looks excellent. But yeah, you can see the definite similarities between the Elite 115 and the brand new one. I mean, it's just a repaint, but it looks like a brand new figure. It's kind of crazy how just some different paint apps can really affect a figure, and then they change the hair. That's it. And, you know, looks pretty good. I love all these in their own ways. I think R-Truth just has a really good track record of figures like we just stated. You've said it already, you moron. And now we dive into the figure that I was actually most excited about with this set is Triple H, and I think we have a good head sculpt here. It looks to be a pretty much just TrueFX or repainted version of his last Elite that we got in the wrestling figure form. The Elite 73 Triple H. I think it's the same head sculpt, but it's so damn good that I don't even care. You know what I mean? I think it looks that good. I think they did a really good job here. Excellent job on this head sculpt. I think it looks just like Papa H. But what I love about this figure is the tan suit, man. I've wanted an open shirt suit like this with the open collar and the sculpt. I've wanted this for so many years, and you can see it's got like a whitish light blue look to it. The tan suit covering looks good. You got the sleeves in there, which we've seen. You got the Muhammad Ali legs, which is brutal. Hate to see that. Hate to see those legs on there. But this is a very well-crafted figure aesthetically. But man, I have some disappointing news about this figure, and we're going to get into it shortly. But got the black buttons on the back there. I mean, aesthetically, the figure looks really, really good. And you do have the Muhammad Ali legs, which we mentioned. But the colors look good. And just standing around, he looks pretty good here. You know, you got the dress shoes down there in black. And just the khaki color looks really, really nice. This is something that I've legitimately wanted from Mattel for a very long time. But here comes the disappointments, man. So with head sculpt, he can't really look down, but he can look up a little bit there. The ab crunch, man. Look at it. You go to ab crunch, it just pops off, man. Unfortunately, this guy is a Build-A-Figure. Now, you can take that with what you will. You may be able to make some different fix-ups depending on what you use this figure for, and I can kind of explain that. Like, if you took the Danny Davis arms, maybe, and put them in here, you may be able to make, like, a collared, button-down, sleeved shirt deal. But this is a Build-A-Figure, so you can take this guy completely apart, which I guess is good, but, well, I guess you got that tan in there. You'd have to remove that tan, but you can remove this, and the ab crunch isn't that bad, but unfortunately, and I don't know if this is all of them, man, but he will not stay together. He won't stay together. Every time I ab crunch, it pops off really easy. And this is very, very loose for the most part. Like, the waist isn't that loose, but as soon as you'd have to barely bend this to not have it pop off. But when you add the jacket on top and then you go to ab crunch it, the jacket is going to create a little bit more force than you like, and it's going to pop off, especially if you add these arms in here. So if we build him back up, and God, dude, the figure looks so damn good. It really does. Because I think the formula is fantastic for a suited body. I just think they need to not do it Build-A-Figure style. Unless mine's just some wacky QC issue. Hopefully not everybody's is like that. If you have this pack, man, please let me know. But, man, I can't have that, man. I can't go to just articulate this Triple H and every time it pops off. That is so damn annoying. And yeah, you see that, Brad? I go to kick the leg forward and the torso pops off too. You see how easy that is? Like, I'm just trying to articulate the leg forward. It's not even 90, but you guys know how I feel about these Muhammad Ali legs. They are not as stiff as they've been in the past here, but one leg always seems to be taller than the other, and he always has like a slant a little bit to me. Maybe not as bad on this one, but yeah, I'm disappointed in that, man. Arms go up this far, you get the full rotation, biceps swivel. Arms are beautifully articulated there. You get the hinge and swivel in the waist or in the wrist. Doesn't pop off when I waist swivel, but every time I ab crunch, man. Every time I ab crunch, and then if I kick the leg up, it probably is going to pop off. So, pair that with the Muhammad Ali legs, and you have a disappointment for me right here. Unless mine is a one-off. So, if you have this pack and you've used it or whatever, I'd love to know if yours is as bad as mine, because God, man, it'd be nice to get one that's not loose like that. But let's get into the comparisons. So for your Triple H figure comparisons, we do have a couple suited H's, and then we do have the Elite 73. So over here, this is the Toys R Us Mail Away Elite, I think from 2012 or something like that. We have the Battle Pack that came with Daniel Bryan Triple H right here in the suit, but I did since head swap it with the Elite 60 Triple H, I think it was, to give him a modern look. This is what I've been using for my modern H. It's been a great placeholder. It's stood the test of time. You have the new 3-pack one here, which would probably become it, but you can see he's a little shorter than these other two. And then you do have the Elite 73H over here, which is a really good figure as well. And, I mean, I think these are the exact same head. They're just repainted slightly. But I like this head sculpt. It looks pretty good there. I dig that a lot. And I don't remember if I made this interchangeable. Okay, I didn't make that interchangeable. If I made that interchangeable, I'd do a head swap. But since I didn't, not going to be doing that there. But one thing, maybe I could do it. Let me see if I have a head sculpt I could use. I really don't, to be honest. Nonetheless, I love the build of this figure, the way it looks, all those things. But that popping off that easy, man, is just really deflating as a collector, especially a guy that was looking forward to that figure so much. But that does it for your Triple H figure comparison. But anyways, man, that is all for this awesome Truth set, man. I am heavily bummed out by the Triple H, man. Hopefully, again, that's just mine that pops off like this, because I don't think I've had other Build-A-Figures that pop off that easy. So maybe I just have a QC issue there. I hope that's not all of them. I hope it's not a defect in all of those, because if it's not, I gotta get another one, because that's driving me nuts. That is definitely disappointing there. But, I mean, yeah, I like the titles. I like the table. I love the Triple H. If it's not popping off every damn time I move the figure, the waist pops off. The R-Truth is exceptional. The tag titles look good. Is it worth $70? I don't know, man. I don't know. If the Triple H was completely viable and not popping off every second, yeah, probably. I would say it probably is. For me, at least. I think that, you know, you can easily head swap the Miz, and the Miz is the most exciting figure, but it's a pretty good representation from the neck down. The R-Truth, again, is really good, even if it is just a repaint. Tag titles are nice, table's nice, and then the Triple H, if it doesn't pop off, is pretty damn nice too. I really wish they'd get rid of the Muhammad Ali legs, or just switch the suited leg. I just can't stand those legs, man. They feel really stiff. They're usually one leg longer than the other. It's tough to say, but anyways, let's rank these figures from my least favorite to my favorite as we get into it here, man. Starting out at the bottom, I am going to go with the Miz figure. I just think that head sculpt's laughable, and it's just not the most exciting. At number 2, I'm going to go with the Triple H figure. If it did not pop off at the waist like that, it may be number 1, but I just, you know, some of the parts choices, but then number 1, I mean, it has to be the R-Truth. That Elite 115 is so good, and it's basically a redo of that with the newer, you know, sculpts and cloth goods, and moves phenomenally, looks phenomenal, great representation of R-Truth. So I like this set overall, but is it worth $70? That'll be up to you, man. I don't know. I'd probably wait on clearance unless you just are a big Truth. You need something out of this set. But I think the value is solid for what you're getting. 2 championships, some cloth goods, 3 elites, the table. For $70, I think you are getting enough value, especially since elites go for like $23.99, $24.99 a pop now. You would be looking at $80+ probably if you wanted all of this individually. So, I don't know. Nonetheless, man, that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'd love to know all of your thoughts on this set down in the comment section below. If you picked it up, please let me know if your Triple H is popping off at the waist like that. I'd greatly appreciate it. But I'm getting the hell out, man. A huge shout out to the Patreon members, man. You guys are unbelievable. I appreciate all your support as always. But I'm getting the hell out. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one, and I'll catch you guys later.